So we're coming into an interesting game. This is the Kronshtadt, and we are on
Battle starts.
path. We spawned in the area between A and B. We have 3 destroyers, 2 shimmies, and a kid. They have a Gearing, a Grosvenor, and a Suzuki. 4 cruisers and 5 battleships, and our shimmy came in late in this game. I'm just making note of that, and I'm shifting course. The Kronshtadt tends to be a long-range player, and that's in part how I played her in this game. And the idea here is that I'm going to angle where I can maintain a line of fire. The other thing about the Kronshtadt is its HE generally is not very useful, and I tend to keep AP loaded all the time. I may start experimenting with that a little bit after this game. However, you'll see we get some pretty good damage and interaction. And now
Let's give them a hard time.
the team is pretty much going BC. And I'm going to position myself, pending seeing some ships, where I can still get this arc, pretty much what you see right here, and just keep extending it over to C. Our kid is starting to nose up towards B. The shimmy's starting to contest C.
Enemy force sighted on the horizon.
That's a shimmy that's in. And I'm trying to decide if it's worth racing up and trying to catch this Moskva broadside. Obviously, they've just started pushing towards B. They're in A and C. And without a DD to spot us in A, we're at a bit of a disadvantage. Yeah, as you can see, our forces are pretty much lined up going this way. We have some smoke from the Minotaur in C, and our DD is in the process of capping B. I'm going to see if I can get the Minotaur following the shells. As I expected, they were probably going to be late, but I could have gotten lucky, and a shell from this boat will pretty much wreck a Minotaur at any rate. But they knew where I was.
The ship is on fire.
One of the advantages of this ship, it starts out with a large health pool. I'm going to see if I can come back and get some shots on the Buffalo. He's in range and broadside. I can't really gauge how fast he's going. And I only had the 1 battery that was lined up. Looks like he was pulling away a little bit. Get some more out. I did get 1 overpin. Yeah, he's definitely turning away now. Otherwise, those would have hurt. We have B. And what I'm doing now is watching to see what they're doing. And they've got C, and they're going to push B a bit. And they've got several ships getting ready to get into that pipeline. Obviously, there's been a DD up in the neighborhood too from those torpedoes. But it looks like they're going to make a push out of there, but work on holding it. They've got the turrets and another battleship in there, but it looks like the Minotaur and the Moskva might be coming down and trying to get B. So rather than pushing to C immediately, where we have a lot of ships, I'm going to go ahead and support the boats that are protecting B, and I may be able to just catch some stuff coming broadside and keep angling up to where I will maintain some cover. And they've lost the Buffalo to our Yamato. And we definitely have action in the channel. Let me see if I can get something on the Massachusetts while I'm waiting. Hipper coming in. Let's see if we can do something with Hipper. Shots out. Looking reasonably good. Yep, we got a Citadel and an overpen. And can I get the kill? Nah, probably not. Alright. But I have fresh targets coming down the pipe. Looks like the Moskva and the Minotaur are both. The Minotaur is pushing hard. Realize I'm here. Both these guys are going to have to give me some broadside. Well, they did get our Hipper. Minotaur guns are nothing to sneeze at, but on the other hand, let's see here how we do on this. There's one Citadel. He's gonna have to either run aground or turn, and he is turning. And punch my radar.
Taking the lead.
And let's see if we can't just take care of him right now. And that's a nice group. And boom, 4 Citadels for a devastating strike. And here comes our next potential victim. Got the Moskva coming down, and he is also up. I just detected somebody else. Not sure if that was a DD up there. I missed it as it came through. Right now we're down a ship, and we are down more than 200 points because of caps. Here's the Moskva. Let's see if I can. Oh, he ran on his buddy's corpse. Let's see what we can do. There's another 4 Citadels.
Enemy cruiser foundered.
For another kill.
Fire on the enemy warship.
All right. I think that helps hold B, but we got another battleship in the pipe who's almost dead. My suspicion is the Forster and the Shimmy are possibly able to handle him. So right now I'm debating, do I need to go help with C? We really do need to get caps. I just told that to the team. Yeah, well, I'm gonna...
All stations.
back up this play here and then go through. But we are now down the better part of 200 points. Probably the death of Massachusetts will fix that. We have the Montana contesting B, and in addition to the Tirpitz, he's going to have a battleship on him. So I'm going to move up that way and see if I can't help. Looks like the Massachusetts has been repairing, but he's got fish on him. Is that going to be a kill for that? And Olivier sure looks like it. I don't think he's going to last much longer. Let's go back to the actual how I played it. Montana is facing an almost full health Tirpitz. And I'm going to put some radar up because we've got Kazuki who's almost dead. Let's see if I can put him there.
Fire on the designated target.
And he's got just a little bit left. This ought to take care of it with a little bit of luck. Shots back up.
The ship is on fire.
There's a kill there.
Enemy destroyer sunk.
And I still have 53,000 in health. So I'm getting angled to this Tirpitz and see if we can't knock down some of those health points he's got. Took out his steering, 2 pens. The Kronshtadt will routinely overpen even Yamatos, which is sort of freaky. Shots out again. They're also capturing us. some more hits. We got the cap. We're now down. When I started to say that we're exactly 200 points down, but we now have caps, although they just got our shimmy. Not good. That put us almost 300 points down. Getting rid of the turbines. Should be able to do that between the two of us. He's focusing on the Montana over me.
Enemy battleship sighted.
This ought to take him out. What? Yep. Okay.
Enemy battleship sunk.
And ghost ship. It's probably because of the way the replay works, but something new in World of Warships, the stealth ship. Sorry about that. There we go. We've returned. Okay. I now have 4 kills. We have a gearing that is after our Worcester and capping, and he's got backup. We're down 100 and, well.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
Even though we have something resembling an advantage in boats, both the placement of forces and even hopefully the Worcester can go ahead and get rid of the, and that Conqueror is virtually dead. That would go a long ways, getting rid of both of those. There's another Conqueror though that is full strength right behind him, and the Worcester just went down to one of them. To the full strength one. And there is our
Enemy
Kraken.
battleship destroyed.
And there are up both destroyers. And in hindsight, I don't know if shifting to HE would have made a difference, or whether he would have gotten out of range before behind that island before I could have done anything. And I'm facing a battle. And the conventional wisdom is an overpen with a single do like
Torpedoes,
900
direct front.
and a best shot, and I was expecting more, so I'm going to arc in. Hopefully I can
Torpedoes,
avoid
dead
it.
ahead.
Yeah, there's more.
Torpedoes to port.
I was expecting 3 salvos, I guess I should have. But I'm not flooding, I managed to dodge some bullets. But I'm going to have to do something because I'm caught. I don't know which of those destroyers is going to break cover and try to torque me, but I'm sure one of them is if they got fish. I'm trying to stay angled enough to load.
Torpedoes, dead ahead.
And yep, here come the
The enemy is about to
torpedoes.
win.
That was way more than I thought, but I had saved the repair, and I stay alive long
Water
enough to
airborne.
maybe
Problem
take
solved,
out
sir.
this destroyer, because that's really what I'm up against now. No, I can't. And the remainder of the action actually takes place pretty much right here. As you can see, we are now down. They have 2 destroyers, 2 battleships, 2 R3 battleships. And if you look at the map, unfortunately, again, Iowa is pretty far away from us, so even if they come in and contest, that Conqueror that we were beating up on before now has just disappeared to my team. Let's take a look at, go get the map up. For some reason not. Alright, there goes Conqueror again. Montana is, Alabama are coming in. Leon, there are these destroyers. luck, they can take them out. Destroyer pumping smoke, but still visible. One fish. Element for destruction, and not looking good. He's going to burn down. Yeah. They're now down to one destroyer and two battleships, the Iowa and the Conqueror, and the Gearing, who is hurting a bit. So if he keeps attacking our Leon, is that a lion? I guess it's a lion. Hopefully he doesn't have fishing. There's he's going. Sorry, I can't give you a broader view of this drone. Conqueror versus Montana. And the problem we've got is we are running out of time. Not so much on the clock, but because they got 948 points and we've got 762. So even with the Conqueror going down, which he just did, they still have 900 points. And we have two boats left, the Montana and the Leon, but the Lion. But the Lion is not in any position because of that island where he can even get shots on our enemy Iowa. The Montana is down to 29% health versus 100% for the Iowa. And that's not a good sign. Still trying to see if I could get into map, but for some reason, it's not giving me the option. So there, and when this is done, I will go ahead and post the results. I'm real pleased with the Kraken. Got a good bit of damage. 10 citadels, and showed the real strength of this thing. Then he goes broadside to it. Here comes the Lion. I don't know that he's going to be able to even get in position, but even if he does, we're looking at the fact that he's at half health, and the Iowa's at full strength, and there's a minute and 45 seconds if they could both focus on him in time. But I'm afraid the Montana is also going to die. And Lion's coming around, but he's not there yet. And depending on how, well, Montana's got him down to 70%, but he's got a heel going. He's back up to 73. That was a good hit, but we only had, well, we got a minute and 5 seconds left, but and if you look at the distance, it's really not close enough to ram. We have 50 seconds left, and they're crawling. And there goes the time. The results are coming on. Thanks for watching. So here we have the results of a frustrating loss. Our Kronshtadt had 10 citadels out of 48 hits, 3 spottings, 5 kills, 1 fire, 1 incapacitation, a partial cap, 3 close quarters, a dev strike, and a Kraken. We got pretty good results, except we lost. 1674 in some games, that would be considered good on the winning side. We had an advantage in ships, 2 ships left. They had 1 Iowa, but we didn't have caps long enough, and the way the points came down, very close game in some ways. Unfortunately, not close enough for us to win. Minotaur took 43,000 in damage and a devastating strike. The Tirpitz 41,700. The Moskva 30,000. The Azuki a mere 921. The Conqueror 661. Unfortunately, those destroyers managed to get on me. I didn't know of a better way to get out in that triangle I was in. I was hoping to at least get a destroyer and maybe give us a chance. 13,000 on the Conqueror, 9,900 on the Hipper. I don't know why that. Oh, that's because these were kills. Grossovoy 1,800, the Buffalo 900, and we had a little bit of bump damage there on our Montana. We tanked just under 1 million in potential damage. Did a total of 440,000 and took 75,000. And at the end of the day, even with the loss, like I'm over 250,000 in raw silver, 664,000 in take home, 5,097 in ship XP, 14,075 thanks to a dragon that we had mounted. Imagine what that would have been with a win, and a Zulu hotel, and a wasn't the first win of the day, and 255 in free XP. I didn't have any fancy flags hung out for that. I did, however, as I do on my tier 10 ships, do keep the premium camo on. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the game. I would have enjoyed it more winning, but it was an interesting example both of how caps count and you can lose on points. Also, some people say, gee, the Kronshtadt does lots of damage but doesn't kill. Well, this was a Kraken, so prove that one wrong, at least in this case. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to leave comments, and we'll see you out there.